Alright, let's talk a little bit about image size versus canvas size and when to adjust both. They are very similar, but they both do different things, and it's a little bit tricky to remember which does which, but I will try to clarify that for you a little bit. Let's go here to image, and you can see here's where image size is and canvas size. They're right by each other. For example, let's talk about this photo that I have opened here. So I just opened up this photo of my friend. So say I want to add a little bit of white space onto either side. Let's just say the left side. So I want to add some white space because I want to add some text over here by Nick and Sheila. The difference between the image size and the canvas size is that if I select image size, it's going to actually adjust the size of the image and the canvas. If I do the canvas size, it doesn't adjust the size of the image, it just adjusts the size of the canvas. I'll show you what this means a little bit. Okay, so if I go to image size and I want to make it wider so I can fit some text in besides the image, I would change 750 to maybe, let's say 1,000 pixels wide. Okay, so you can see that the proportions width and height, it was 750. When I typed in 1,000, the height proportion changed to match, which is really nice. So that means that it's not going to warp my photo any. But whenever I press OK, look, it made it larger, but it made my image larger. It didn't necessarily just make my canvas larger. You can see that the canvas itself is actually larger as well, but I wanted that white space next to the image so that I could add text. So whenever you do image size, as I mentioned before, it resizes both the image and the canvas. So let me just press Command Z to go back in time. That means undo, Command Z. So I went back in time, and let's do image canvas size this time. So this looks a little bit different. So you can see it says canvas size, and this is just simply just adjusting the size of my canvas. So it's on inches, which I don't want. Let's put that on pixels because we're designing in pixels still. And then let's just go to 1,000 pixels wide again. And you can see here the proportions did not change as they did was when I was changing my image size. Which is okay because that doesn't really matter when you're dealing with canvas size as much as it does with image size. Because when the proportions are intact on image size, it keeps the image from looking stretched out. But on canvas size, things aren't going to ever look stretched out because we're just resizing the canvas and nothing on it, which is great. Okay, so let's see what happens when I press OK for width of 1,000 here. Oh, right, so this is perfect. So we have white space on both sides of the image, and it didn't resize the image. That's amazing. But I did want the white space on the left-hand side only, and we have it both on the left and right-hand side. So let's press Command Z and go back in time again, and let's see if we can't get the white space on the left-hand side. Again, let's go to image canvas size, go back to 1,000 width, and now we're going to press the arrow so that if we press the right hand arrow, you see all the arrows are pointing to the left, which is what we want because we want the white space to go on the left hand side. So I press that arrow and now I'll press OK, and you can see that the white space is just on the left hand side now. And that is the primary difference between changing your canvas size and changing your image size. So what happens to me a lot is I'll want white space down below if I'm creating a web design and it seems to be getting longer and longer than I thought it was going to get from the beginning. I just need to add more on the bottom. So in order to do that, the easiest way is to, again, to go to canvas size, make the canvas taller. So if we did double the height and did 1,000 pixels tall, then I would click this arrow up here so that everything's pointing downwards. This means that it's going to grow downwards. And then press OK. Then we have a bunch of additional white space down there on our canvas and plenty of more room to design. All right, that's it for this lesson. Let's go to the next one.